Today, we're making gifts that cost $5, $25, and $50 to make. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. What's up, YouTube? My name's Jamie, and welcome to another episode of Boondockbuilds. So what we're going to be doing today is making 3 more gifts that you can give to a loved one or sell for a nice profit. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So I've got a piece of scrap red oak that was 2 inches by 2 1/4, and I cut that down to 12 inches long. Then we're going to make a mark at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. Flip it the long way and find the center, and that was 1 inch and 1/8. We're going to use our hole punch to mark out the center, and then take our 1.5 inch Forstner bit at that 3, 6, and 9 inch mark. We're going to drill down about 1/2 inch or so. And then we're going to take it over to the router table and give it a nice bevel edge around the top and make it nice and clean. Then we're going to sand it, throw some finish on it, and this is going to be complete. So the other day, my big ass broke our key holder by our front door. Broke the whole hook in half. So we're gonna make a new one. So for project number 2, I've got a scrap piece, looks a little rough on the backside, of maple, and I got a piece of walnut here. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is get this down to the desired length and width. And for me, that was 5 inches wide by 14 inches long. Next, we're going to make a mark at 2 1/4 inches, 5 1/2, 8 1/2, and 11 3/4 inches. And again, we're going to use our hole punch to mark out those lines and break out that 1.5 inch Forstner bit. This time, we're only drilling down about 1/4 inch, and hopefully the pieces you use, you won't have to use this other drill bit. Okay, so we have our walnut drilled out with our Forstner bits. Just goes to show you, even if you go slow, mistakes can happen. Twice. I've got a tear out here, and I went completely through here. But we're going to get that fixed. I did go to Harbor Freight and look for magnets. I didn't want a small magnet, and I didn't want to wait for Amazon to bring me magnets. So we found these hook magnets. They were like $5 for a pack of 4, and that's what we're going to use for our shelf here. Once we have glued our magnets in place, we're going to jump over to the scroll saw. I found this template online, and luckily, it matched the one I broke. This wood was only 1/4 inch thick, and I did have some pieces break, but nothing a little CA glue can't fix. So I recently saw this on Viking-WoodWorks, and I want to see if it works. Who would have thunk it? It works, and a lot less messy than I thought it'd be. We're going to send a salute to Daniel at Viking-WoodWorks by throwing in the gloves. So here I just took some of the walnut sawdust and shavings, shoved it in the hole, used some CA glue, and sanded it down. We're going to glue everything into place, throw some finish on it, and this piece is going to be done. So project number 3 is going to be a great gift for anybody who's a police officer, firefighter, EMS, first responder, military, or car lover. You'll see what I mean in a minute. This part of the video is going to be a little bit faster, but if you want to go more in detail about it, I have a video that I've done on this exact build, and I'll leave a link to that somewhere up here. First, I want to say thank you to my first 150 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. Tell me where you're from in the comments. I'd love to know. My next goal is to get to 1,000, so if you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Next, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy David over at Carolina Farmhouse Furniture here in Greenville, North Carolina, for giving me the hardwood we've used in projects 1 and 2, because apparently there's not a hardwood dealer around here in like a 2-hour radius. So check them out. I'm going to leave some links in the description below. So just to catch you up to speed, I've cut 7 pieces out to 22.5 inches and 6 to 37 inches, and all of them were 1.5 inches wide. I'm using the number method to keep these in order, where you write 0, 1 on one piece, 2 to 3 on the next, and so on from there. I'm going to give all the stripes that beveled edge around the top, and then we're going to lay them out in order and get them ready to stack. Yes, they did, and no, they should not have, because I wasn't thinking about the fact that I just laid thin paper under my wood and tried to set my shop on fire. But luckily I had some high quality H2O right beside me to help put it out.
And that's what I call high quality H2O.
I've stained every other one black. You can do a different color if you'd like, but for this project I went with black. And then we're going to take one out of the middle and either do red, blue, green, or just leave it blank. So we're going to let this dry a while and come back to it. Okay, so it's been roughly 24 hours, so we're gonna unclamp this and see what happens. Okay, so now that we have the union cut, I've routed it out just like we did with our stripes here. So now what we're going to move on to is staining this black and doing the sketchy part, in my opinion, which is putting the stars on. So let's go ahead and get that done. I found out after a few trial and error it is best to keep that spray can at least a foot, 1.5 feet away from your stencil. After we get those stars on and they are dry, we're going to get everything into place and we're going to clamp it down with some glue. So you're probably thinking, hey dude, there ain't no way that thing costs $50 to make. And you'd be exactly right. This one did. So you might be wondering, this is more simple than the other one. How's that more? Well, let me just show you. So when I ordered on Amazon, I read the dimensions wrong and was disappointed with the size of the emblem. So I had to call forward and get a special order, custom emblem shipped over to me. So to get these pins in place where I need them to, I took a little acrylic paint, dabbed it on the ends, and then set it into place. That way I would know where to drill my holes. I dropped some CA glue into each hole, then sprayed the emblem with the activator and set it into place. And there you have it, guys. 3 projects, one that costs $5, one that costs us $25, and one that definitely costs over $50 to make. Be sure to check out our last video. We'll link that right here, and we'll see you guys next time on Boondock Builds.